you'll be responded to them anyway, but I've been not shy about sharing my concern about the way this is handled, how it came forth. So let me just say a couple of things, and maybe if you hadn't planned to already answer these, this will give you an opportunity to know what further I'm thinking. Part of my concern most of my concern began with the abruptness of the decision by staff to shut this helicopter program down with very little notice to us and a chance to think about it. This is a program that we have run, I was saying 25 years. I found out that it's actually about 34 years that the program's been in effect in Lee County, and we've had helicopter rescue service available for our citizens. This is a life and death service that we provide. It's what I would think most people would consider a core service. It's critically important, and to have the whole focus change so suddenly after 34 years of what would have to be considered successful service and virtually complaint-free, I was stunned that it came to such an abrupt closure. We have committed recently, just since I've been here, we just had a ribbon cutting, it seemed to me, recently on the new hangar. I've been out there 2 or 3 times. It's a magnificent building. I think it cost us around $5 million. That was part and parcel of the successful program we ran that we were continuing to run and to beef up and improve. We were in the helicopter rescue business. And then we tragically had, unfortunately, I don't think anybody was killed, but we lost a helicopter. It was a board decision to replace that helicopter. We had a second backup helicopter, but it was every indication that this commission, as a matter of policy, was still in the helicopter rescue business and intended to stay there. I think we paid $3 or $4 million for that next helicopter, and we just spent, I think, probably $100,000, if not more, to refurbish the second backup helicopter that we had. And then the sudden shutdown, and here's where it started to trouble me, and maybe I missed something in the interpretation, because a lot of this happened around August the 16th, and I will tell you that I'd left town on August 16th, right after the primary election. My wife and I we just slipped away. We were gone 6 days, but I was in touch by email and computer as to what was going on here, so I knew about it. And I knew about the shutdown, but I was still scratching my head. And I got a copy of the first report that appeared in the news press. And some of the main reason, it seemed to me while I was out of town, I said, we're shutting this down because, I'm reading from that story, so it's from a newspaper, so it could be wrong or misinterpreted. We shut it down because they want to meet guidelines established by the Commission on Accreditation of Medical Transport Systems. And went on to say that we shut it down because we'd like to have a registered nurse on board. And I'm thinking, wow, you shut down an entire program for that. What troubled me later on was, as this thing became more public and became more components of the whole saga became public, in that first story, this is what troubled me, Ms. Hawes. There really wasn't any mention of billing or billing problems. There was no mention, as it comes out later, of personnel issues that had been festering for a long time. I can find out later. It did not really make clear that these additional certifications that we were shutting down this entire thought to be successful program, there weren't in fact any mandatory additional certifications for us. We just had to be compliant with what was originally required that somehow we had fallen short on. And what troubled me too was that it comes out that all of this was festering for a long time, and we, at least I, was not made aware of it. And when the resolution of a problem like this is to shut down a program that has run for 34 years, the answers for doing that were simply inadequate. And now we find out that there was quite a bit more involved. One question I want to ask, what does it cost? Are we having to pay for the temporary backup service that we're getting? That's the answer. I had heard that it doesn't cost anything. Well, then part of this discussion at some point, that creates a huge question. How can somebody come in here and provide us full helicopter service, doing exactly what we were doing, and not have to charge us for it? And presumably just depend on the billings that they do. Why, the big picture additional question here comes to me, why haven't we been able to do that all along? Because it seems to me, I think we subsidize this program substantially, if I'm not confusing that with other parts of the MS program. I know there's subsidies. Anyhow, those are things that have been on my mind, Ms. Hawes, and I don't know, Mr. Chairman, I wanted to mention these. I don't know whether you want to take this up as a county administrator item now or go through. It's back to the chair.
Yeah, I'd actually, if you have no objection, I'd actually like to go back to Commissioner Hall for her commissioner item, then get down the line, and then when you have